Hey guys, Broke-Dad here. Today we're going to go over how to make your own wooden Jolly Roger pirate flag. Stay tuned. Okay, so you're going to pick a piece of wood that is the size you want the flag to be. Try to choose something that is untreated and free of knots. Here I use a table saw to straighten the edges of my piece of wood. Whether or not you take these steps are entirely up to you. But before using any tool, make sure you are proficient in its safe operation and always follow manufacturer guidelines. Next, clear a space on a surface that is not flammable. Using a propane torch that can be purchased at any hardware store, you will begin to char the surface. This is a great time to experiment with wood burning techniques since you will end up doing a full burn for this project. Start by lightly burning the wood. Observe how the torch affects the piece when you vary the distance from the wood, the time the flame is exposed, and the angle you hold the torch. In the end, you will want to completely char the entire face of the piece, as well as the borders. If the piece catches fire, that is okay here. Simply blow out the flame. It is always a great idea to have a fresh and up-to-date fire extinguisher nearby. Just remember that you want to really get the piece to a charcoal state for this project. So keep burning until you think you have it, and then burn some more. Once the piece is cooled down and safe to work with, bring it up to your workbench. You can purchase stencils online or in craft stores that are relatively inexpensive, or you can always make your own by printing out the design and cutting out the picture. Simply attach your stencil template to the wood with painter's tape. Painter's tape holds well, but does not leave much residue when peeled off. For this project, I used a Dremel tool with a diamond ballpoint rotary bit. If you don't have this tool, you can always use white paint and simply color in your stencil. If you would like a more in-depth effect, simply use the Dremel and carve out the portion of the stencil that is open. I recommend starting with the Dremel on a lower setting until you become comfortable with the way that the bit reacts to the wood. Wearing a mask that is properly rated to stop carbon particles is a must during this portion of the project. Remember that the fine particles can remain in the air for several hours, so try to ventilate your workspace well. Work the bit back and forth, applying a slight downward pressure, and peel away the char until you have a faded skull showing through. Use a brush or compressed air to remove the dust when working. Once you are satisfied with the piece, peel away the stencil and get a can of spray polyurethane. Using a wipe or brush-on finish tends to smear the charcoal and ruin the piece. Setting your project onto a cardboard box, hold the can approximately 12 inches away. Spray in long, even strokes going over the ends of the piece to get an even and full coverage. Apply several coats, allowing each coat to dry according to the manufacturer's recommended time. And now you have your own Jolly Roger to hoist in mourning. Thanks for watching Broke-Dad. Please be sure to subscribe and like our channel.